Then the, what came after that? The Pikachu.
Yeah.
Now the Diddy Kong out here. Just changing all sorts of characters and playing them all at an insanely high level. Doing as high, already placing as high as, he's placing as high as potentially 4th at this crazy stacked Platinum Star weekly that we got going for you right here. So now, like I said, he typically focuses on one character at a time. So we're going to get the Diddy Kong out here going against the Rob. We have Diddy Kong versus better Diddy Kong, as I like to call it. With sound this time around. we hope you enjoyed the stream being brought to you by Twitch.tv/Rivers and Chrisolodian, of course.
Powered by Master Hand Gaming. Run on Twitch.tv/Rivers. Make sure to drop that follow. And make sure to perhaps even check out some of these players and the conversions that they got on deck, because this is a good showing of that good old-fashioned New Jersey smash action. With a couple of players, like, it's kind of new school versus old school. Boosk more on the recent side of the up-and-come-up, while Gauntz he's been playing Super Smash Brothers for a very long time. And you mentioned his character roster, and this is an interesting setup, but that's going to be a classic from Rob, throwing out the up tilt into the up air after that down throw. Getting to mighty lethal percents, but fortunately for YouTubeMan, he has the banana in hand, which, at a shield, is a death sentence.
Yeah, I feel like Diddy Kong, if he holds his own well enough and knows how to, like, knows when to pick and choose his moments, and more than anything, when not to actually go in on a character like Rob. This is the kind of matchup that can be kind of iffy. I mean, they both do relatively the same thing. Rob, of course, with his gyro, Diddy Kong with his banana. They both have insane combos at the mid-range. They both have relatively lackluster out of shield, for sure. And they both have very good mobility. You know, like, I'm not trying to say that Rob and Diddy Kong are the same character, because they're not. But they are relatively similar, but they do each have some tools that the other one doesn't. And the back air is definitely one of them. Strong and lingering for sure. And that's going to take Gonz's second stock.
Yeah, there's a big reason why Rob gets a lot more notoriety than Diddy Kong in a lot of ways, because Rob has a lot of just flat out ridiculous individual buttons. Like, Diddy Kong as a kit comes together really well. Like, while some of his aerials may not be the fastest, or only only hits like rising out of shield in some cases, like that back air kind of avoiding short characters, he makes up for it for having banana, and banana out of shield is ridiculous, which gives him that out of shield presence. Rob, however, has a lot of incredible tools that are good in his kit and in a vacuum. Like, there's no denying it. That down tilt's crazy. You can put it on any character, and it's crazy.
Yeah, that's
then
good.
Then you put it on Rob.
Yeah, that's good out of shield when he's facing it from the front. Both these characters, when they have their items in hand, definitely have a better one for sure. But like you said, Rob in a vacuum also has really good stuff even without the gyro. He also has a very good combo game even without that thing. Diddy Kong, of course, he has a good one as well, but his has a little bit higher of a skill ceiling, and it's often not as stringy as Rob's has the potential to be. Plus, the offstage presence is something else entirely, what with Rob's side B being what it is. That move can intercept Monkey Flip, and it can intercept the Rocket Barrel Pack with relative ease, I should say, and that's not a that is not a DK rap pun right there, just in case anybody thought otherwise. Down tilt, up smash, though. Big body of Rob. Gonna take the stock. YouTubeMan going up.
Not for long, though. That down smash is going to cover the jump from ledge. And with a banana in hand, oh, that's a scary Rob, having control over both items. Look at all the pressure that he was able to apply. He's not dead quite yet. Didn't get the gyro extension. Well, gyro wasn't online, but still, that's a ton of damage.
Yeah, that was honestly brilliant, the way he kept that pressure on. You saw him actually Z-drop the banana to get that re-grab combo because he knew that he still had gyro on deck afterwards. He normally that's one or the other. Like Rob will have the gyro in hand. Oh god, keep that pressure on the platform. Missed the tech read though. Normally, Rob will, like, Z-drop the gyro and then just try to tech chase, follow you up off of it, or just try to get, like, some true confirm off of it. But now that he's fighting another character that has another item on deck, if he gets that item, he can just spawn another one to sort of mix and match those combos when he gets one, and boost.
Oh, he died.
Yeah, he did.
Might have been a little bit of a bad DI, but hey, YouTubeMan's gonna take that to the bank. If there's a reason why you put that F tilt there, it's to cover the aggressive options from off stage that Rob players are known to do. Like, you have the fuel, you don't need to grab ledge, and it looks like YouTubeMan had the fuel just to keep using these rocket barrel packs and forcing Boost to respect that and reset neutral. Though the snipe all the way from downtown and respecting the barrels to make sure he's not put in even more of a disadvantage. The 71 is, well, 82 is quite a lot, but with gyro on hand, Rob can kill you, and there's that neutral out of shield. You don't need to worry about hitting short characters if your opponent isn't short.
But still a relatively good position to be in. Of course, YouTubeMan completely ready for that roll. Had the banana covering the neutral get-up and the get-up attack on deck. But the gyro! Narrow hit actually saving Boost from the forward smash right there from downtown. Probably wouldn't have killed a character as heavy as Rob, but still going to do work regardless and potentially would have gotten close to that blast zone. YouTubeMan out here just fishing for the kill. Rob can touch you once and it can definitely be a scary situation, but definitely favored in the position of YouTubeMan right now. He's going to try to grab this gyro, see what he can get off of it. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. Right there. These guys are utilizing the actual spawn part of their items, the actual pull-out portions of it when they have their opponent's item in hand to keep these combos going. If we can get a replay of that, that would be absolutely scrumptious to look at. There's no, that's usually a word that you use to describe food, but let's take a look at this again. C-drop. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful play coming out from YouTubeMan right there. My God.
And to shout out to the chat, yes, the Cypher is correct. Diddy's F tilt, while it doesn't go as low as Bowser's and may not kill you, it's easier to two-frame with, because it is more active, and that late hit can still set up for just repeated edge guard attempts, whether it be with things like drop zone fair or just having the time to pull bananas, and that's crucial. Like I feel like there's so many Diddy Kong players that are looking for like these true punishes, which, hey, like Diddy Kong certainly do. He has things like monkey flip to really get in your face. But if you can quote unquote punish something by pulling banana, that's a pretty good punish. Oh, speaking of, good air dodge read on Boost's part to really try and even up this game and constantly forcing YouTubeMan to take unorthodox routes back to stage and put himself in really punishable windows because of it. While Diddy Kong can recover high just fine, he forced him to basically take 60 or 50 or 60 just to reset neutral. And if you're going to do that every time, that's huge.
Ball down with the neutral air right there. Just a little too linear of an option from Robert the Robot. You know what this character wants to do out of disadvantage. There you go. Not taking a page out of Rivers' book this time around, and then taking one with the explosion instead. I was going to say, Gon's out here not extending those combos with the short hop, with the down throw into the short hop up air. Instead, rather just going for the back airs, but he's already still doing pretty good work at comboing this Rob regardless. Probably figures he's such a big body, like I could just go for the bread and butters against Rob and still get some pretty good guaranteed damage regardless. And always out here trying to catch Rob's option out of his options out of disadvantage as well. Those nairs becoming a little too linear. Even stocks, Ubel.
Yeah. Even stocks, but 100 on Boosk. It's just a matter of can Boosk find some Rob shenanigans? Can he rob Gon? The answer is looking so far no after that game one, because YouTubeMan has just been battering down the hatches and not letting this Rob find easy openings, constantly just placing his back to Rob so he has access to the quick move that is back air at a moment's notice and able to still cover roll, which Rob players do. Rob does have a pretty decent roll, but it's not decent if your opponent's ready for it. So this is getting a little bit dangerous. I like that reset on ledge. Just avoiding the trap entirely, not need to bother with gyro, and getting rewarded on the whiff dash grab from Boost. 103, but this is where you can start to extend that lead and start to snowball, even looking for the down air, getting properly punished for it. Definitely an overextension from YouTubeMan and giving Boost a chance to come back ever so slightly.
Yeah, you know, like, it's definitely smart of Gons to play that way by the ledge. I mean, like, normally it's not a good idea to re-grab ledge at all in this game because, as we all know, you don't get your invincibility back after grabbing it a second time without touching the stage. But sometimes with Diddy, it's optimal. Not just to avoid traps, but because he's just got so many options out of the jet barrel pack. If he charges it enough, he can make his way on stage, potentially crash it into you to sort of reset that neutral or even get you into disadvantage. And Rob, being the big body that he is, makes that even easier. You actually see Gon's he's been going for like the he's been going for the kamikaze barrel jetpacks quite a lot throughout this this set so far, and it's been working out pretty well for him. But in this game 3 right now, it might not be working out well enough. Beautifully timed air dodge and an even better weight right there, and an even better third weight again on the second barrel pack to avoid the long lingering hitboxes of Robert the Robot. But the double down tilt is going to keep him going, if anything has to say about it. But the jet barrel pack to make his way back again. This is a slobber knocker for the final stock, Ruble.
Yeah, and it was a ton of spaghetti. It was a ton of pure and unadulterated scramble situations, with both players nearly, ever so slightly, getting what they want. I mean, we can see it in this final situation. Boosk was waiting. Boosk was waiting for the roll, but didn't position himself correctly enough to actively punish it, which let Gons come out with that quick rising back air and set up for the edge guard that he knew was coming. And here we are now on to game 4 with YoutubeMan up 2 games to 1. Boosk made that game a lot closer than game 2 was, and it's if you're looking for an opportunity to get back into this set, game 4 can really be a difference maker, but it's a difference maker for who right now, because YoutubeMan is looking for these stocks regardless of percent.
And you know he's shaking his head right there. That was a completely avoidable situation on the part of Boosk. If he had just maybe upbeat a little higher, but he was trying to mix Gons up and just was trying to re-grab ledge more than anything else. And to get that invincibility, Gon's recognizing that and just putting out the down air hitbox exactly where he needed to, and now the momentum is firmly in the favor of the YoutubeMan himself. Big body in Rob, down and out in the disadvantage state, exactly not where Rob wants to be, man, when he's the one who has to sort of break that zone a little bit more. Finally does, but not after eating 90% as insurance for the great Gonzalez YoutubeMan right here. He's got to do something different, Ubel, if he wants to win this set.
Yeah, he might even need to subscribe to his YoutubeMan in order to get that power up. But there's the barrels. Not quite taking the stock good DI on that front, but it's just so hard to start scrapping with Diddy Kong, because you're almost unable to use things like Nair in order to go air to air. You're reliant entirely on fair and gyro, which gets you a ton of percent, but it becomes a lot harder to hit Diddy Kong with kill moves if you can't use your one of your most potent combo starters. He's got to start hunting for some of these down tilts if he needs it, and YoutubeMan knows that. If he wants that stock, and YoutubeMan knows that.
I like the way that Boosk is actually, as that back air does narrowly take the stock. I was gonna say, I like the way that Boosk is actually falling with these nairs at a disadvantage. He recognized that he was getting caught for those before. It's a beautiful catch on the up air right there, reversing it to make it seem like he wasn't gonna get that way. Beautiful mix-up on the part of Boosk. I was gonna say, he's doing a really good job falling with nairs at a disadvantage, because Gons has actually been catching him on that a lot. It is a very predictable, oh god, I was gonna say it's a very predictable option out of disadvantage for Rob, and as a result it becomes predictable. But if you start mixing up your spacing and you space it properly, anything can change, just like this game has, Ubel. Boosk is now in the win, now in the lead, I should say, my goodness.
And the wind is certainly in his sails, or the fuel in his rocket pack, to say the least. Alright, gonna be flipping around. No air dodging, not trying to challenge. It's big. Trying to challenge Rob, who's just kind of waiting there. You're begging to be up smashed out of shield, or even to be grabbed, and getting started with these change, but a good match from YoutubeMan. Though the Boosk's down tilts just starting to land, which only is meant to spell doom if you are the YoutubeMan. Trying to challenge with the jump with the fair, but instead just ends up catching banana, which, hey, still a really great trade. These mashes from YoutubeMan, by the way, he's like, no, I'm sorry, you can't get a conversion. I'm already gone.
And he needs to keep using that down throw over and over again because he was not at high enough of a percent for up throw to kill yet, but now he will be with this platform, and we are going to a game 5, baby. Wow, the way that Boosk was able to hold that win right out of his behind to be able to bring that back. Wonky stuff, my friend. He started playing at a disadvantage better. He started forcing his advantage state better. And despite Gons even doing the right stuff, not doing any unwarranted or like too crazy approaches out of the corner, instead just respecting what Rob has. Okay, he's gonna gyro here. It's positive. I can't do anything. I gotta wait for the laser. Waits for the laser again. That's the difference between players like Gons and like lower level players, is that eventually players will lose patience in situations like that because they're just like, God, I just want to hit Rob after he keeps me here. But he recognizes where he can and where he can't, and that is the difference between a top level player and a mid-level one, as they say.
The quickest of low percent combos from both of these players, and I like the mix up with that forward throw there. You spent so long using quite a bit of down throw to try and get something started and find that kill if you're Boosk. Throwing in forward and back throw, which can still combo into things like dash attack and fair, matter a ton for just making your opponent unprepared. And YoutubeMan is certainly looking a little bit more unprepared, especially after missing that tech and getting down smashed for it. This is Boosk riding high a little bit, and the biggest of top to punish to catch YoutubeMan going high and trying to recover back to stage. And no sir, says Rob's arm rotor, just not spaced well enough to get the finishing hit.
I mean, he kind of ran out of stage for that arm rotor to even get the finishing hit. Like you saw, like he was right next to the ledge while he was doing that move. YoutubeMan too far into the stage for that one to really connect, and there you go. Back and forth between the gyro, and now this is starting to look like it is going to be Boost's game to lose, depending on when he loses the stock. Might just be a little too early to call, as you see Gons fishing for these back airs right now, parrying that hit on the way up and keeping the pressure on shield with the falling up air. Once again, Boosk getting a lot of insurance on the second stock of YoutubeMan right now, and then taking the second stock from YoutubeMan. And what was suddenly looking like potentially YoutubeMan set to win, the situation is reversed once again. YoutubeMan finally gets the stock, but still got 2 more to take. Google.
It's pretty crazy how much Boosk can get off of having a lead. How much both these players can get off of just having a lead. How much more comfortable it looks like they feel. And Boosk is really starting to cash in not only on that comfort, but also the native conditioning that had gone through the past 4 games. And there we go. There we go. Just GG's. Shake my hand. Let's go to winners finals. Losers finals, excuse me.
He got up as soon as he got hit by the gyro.
Yep.
Like, he knew the whole sequence of what came next. The whole sequence of what came next. And he's like, I don't even want to be holding my controller when that happens. Wow. Well, there you go. YoutubeMan going to be out.